Hi there, this is David Detman, and what I'm doing is making this over-the-shoulder video. So it's pretty much just going to show you an hour of my day. I'm not going to record for the whole hour. However, one of the things you need is followers, okay? And I'm going to show you what I do to get followers and manage my Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, stumble upon, and so forth. Okay, now this is one of the tools under the toolbar, and Google Plus as well, sorry. Okay, this is in Twitter tools under Twitter management. Okay, it's called Twitter Karma. What it will do is it will manage people who are not following you. Okay, now I don't care what anyone says, there's a rule about Twitter. You can follow everyone you want as far as automatically following people. I'm just authorizing this with Twitter at the moment. However, unfollowing people with Twitter, doesn't matter what tool you use, you cannot bulk unfollow people. Okay? So this successfully logged in. Alright, so what I do is I hide the pictures and give it a whack. Now this tool is a little bit buggy, I've found. It doesn't always log in straight away. Some days I can't get it to log in. However, if you give it a couple of tries, it usually works. Okay, so this is managing Twitter. We're also using Twins, which is also on the toolbar. Okay. Now, it's under social tools. Alright. Now what you do with Twins is when you log into Twins, and yes, Twins is free to use, just have a look down this sidebar, see whether there's any featured people, okay, because you get 7 for any featured people. Now I use this fairly regularly, so I'm down to the 1 seed area, so I just follow. Now some of these it's followed in the past, so it may come up unfollow, it won't follow. Okay, now if I go, I'll just open a new tab. We'll open Twitter. New tab. Okay, on the toolbar, go social networks, go to Twitter. Now I'm using another tool here. I will explain that in a while, but I'm just loading it up. Okay. This is our You Like Hits bot. Okay, you would have seen me do videos on that, and if you haven't, ask me how to get videos on it. But this is part of my day. I run this software as well. Alright. Hopefully it'll run with the video. Okay, so what do we got open? What happened to my Twitter? Right, I open it up in here. Okay, social tools. Okay, open Twitter. Now with all these tools with Twitter I'm using, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the followers and the following ratios back. Okay, I use another tool called Social Oomph to automatically follow everyone who follows me, and a lot of people use tools like this to get people to follow back. It's a lot better with your Twitter if you're following people who are following you. With the Twitter Karma, what I'm trying to do is unfollow people who are not following me. Now one thing I always like to do is go in and check the direct messages. Okay, using Social Oomph is how you make direct messages. Right, As you can see, these people are sending me pretty much automated messages. I like to go in here and see whether there's any pull messages. Pretty much these are all automated. But just once a day, come in and just check them. Okay, I checked them this morning. As you can see, there was only one new. Okay, so we are up to Twitter. Here we go back to Twitter Karma. It's still trying to load. Now the other site which we're using as part of this daily routine, okay, is You Like Hits. Okay, if I just refresh this, just for those people using You Like Hits, you make sure you get your 100 points a day. I just did that, unfortunately, and I thought I should just do this video. As you can see, people are starting to follow me. I've got 95 points. But if you go back to the home, claim your 100 points daily, you also get 100 points for referral. You can see I've just claimed my points, so I've got to wait 24 hours and 53 minutes. Okay, but make sure you go in every day, same time, claim the points. It will give you, depending on what your settings are set at, it will give you, pretty much 50 new people across the different social networks. Now in this video, I'm not going to explain how all these different sites work. I have videos on that, and if you don't know where to find them, you just need to contact me. But this video is more being made for people who have watched my trainings and want to do a daily method operation for an hour. Okay, so I've logged in. Sometimes I have troubles with some of these accounts. Just depends on the day. Okay, this usually lately has happened to me where it doesn't load it straight away. It has a problem. Okay, so what I do is I refresh it. I just like this tool because it's free. See, it's still signed in Twitter, so I just go for the same process and whack. While I'm doing that, just might refresh the list here on Twins. All these sites are on the toolbar. Okay, so make sure if you've got the social network toolbar and you're following this and you haven't seen my trainings, you can sort of pick up on it. Okay, so I'm just going to follow a few more. Now, one of the reasons why I like doing this all together is so I'm not crossing all these things at the one time, like I'm not hammering things. Okay, so I might just do a few here. Okay, because this site is manual. Alright, there is software out there for this site, but to be honest with you, after using the software, it works great. It's too effective. It's just as easy to do it manually. Okay, so where are we up to? I did have Twitter up. Okay, just going to shut some of these windows, make it easier. Alright, so You Like Hits. Now, if you use the You Like Hits bot, you may notice which circling Google Plus does not work yet. I believe they are working on that. However, I quite like coming in here and doing it manually, as it looks a bit more organic. Even when I have the bot software running, I'm still in here doing things manually as well. I'm just going to check the bot. There's an error on that one. I know Dig was working yesterday for me. Okay, because with You Like Hits, these are all the different sites. You can get likes, you can get Twitter following, Google Circles, MySpace friends, YouTube subscribers, Pond followers, Dig, and website hits. So if you're like me and you've got, I don't know, about five to seven Facebook pages, and over on Google Plus I've got about the same, or I think 5 business pages for different things. I've added most of them in here. Excuse me. I'm still adding. But I use all these sites, apart from at the moment I'm not using the website hits, and I'm not using the MySpace. Okay, but I've got people going to Twitter, I've got people going to Facebook, I've got people subscribing to YouTube, StumbleUpon and Dig, and Google Plus. So the thing I like about this particular site is, which I've got all these things happening all over the shop, it doesn't look like I'm massively spamming anything. Okay, so that's logged in. Now what I like to use is random. Okay, so we've got Dig turned on, YouTube turned on, and You Like Hit. So I don't have everything turned on, but I've chosen to do it that way. I like to use unlimited. It usually after 100 will shut down. Okay, don't change the speed unless you're going to slow it down. Okay, but at the moment it's trying to find someone on Dig, so we're just going to let that work in the background. Alright, so while that's working, now if you do this every day, just for an hour, you're going to find you're going to get a lot of new leads across the different social networks, and that's what it's about. It's up to you to follow up these leads too. Like, there's no point adding a whole lot of people without communicating with people as well on a one-to-one level. So I'm going to add this person to my circles. I usually put people in follow if it's a business, or if it's just a personal page. This is a personal page. Get it out of friends. If it's a personal page, I put them in acquaintances. Okay, so I just close that window down. So I've searched this page. Now sometimes it may say, like it has with this one, something went wrong. It's probably because I uncircled. So if you get that, just press skip and go to the next one. Don't leap over it. And you may find those pages keep coming back as well. Now it's up to you who you follow. I pretty much like to follow everyone. Okay, this is a business page, so I'll just put it in thing. I did used to have custom areas, but I did was forever scrolling down. Okay, so I just got 9 points for liking that. Okay, let's just check Twitter Karma. Okay, Twitter Karma's loaded up. So what we need to do, you'll see you got the red and the green. Just hang on 2 seconds. Just had to remove some unwanted animals from walking through my front door. So I'm recording from my farm today. Hey, what do you want to do with Twitter Karma? And this is another thing, you don't want to just flat out unfollow people. So this is why I like to do it through the process. So you go to only following, that means they're ones you are following. Okay. Now I like to sort by just updated, and I go down to the bottom, alright? It's a big page, that's why it has a bit of problems to load, especially when you got a big list. So I go through and unfollow people who are not following me. Now, look, this works on the fact of when they last posted, unfortunately, not how long they've been following you for. And that's why I figure if I start at the bottom of the list, and of course I'm not going to go through the lot of them, but I just unfollow. Okay. And this is going to balance my Twitter out a bit. So I'll do a few more. And what I'm showing you is pretty much what I do. Okay, so I'll leave that for a while. Now if we go back to Twitter and we refresh it, I'm currently following 9,990 people. Now if I refresh it, notice how the number's gone down now. Just a few. Okay, so back to you, kids. Now what I'm going to do is open up the history, just so you can see what's going on in the background. Okay, you can see this is what's been happening in the last minutes. Remember we followed that person, and we've got subscription to YouTube, to Twitter, okay, and another one to YouTube. Now look, it balances out over time. Sometimes I get a heap of Facebook, sometimes I get a heap of Dig. Just depends on the day, right? Unless I really want to promote a particular page where I want more likes, okay, and I might just do this while we're at it. Just to show you, I'm going to go back to home. I want to promote this page on Google Plus, okay. So go to the Google Plus settings. Okay, like I say, I've got 3 in at the moment. This one has only just been added. So I might put the points up to 5 because I want more people liking that. Okay. So I just go okay. Let's just see what happens when we do that. It's just if you want to promote a particular page, and you can always turn pages off, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, you know, all the different sites. You can turn the points up and down. Okay. So we'll just see. You can see here, you subscribed. You subscribed. See how it's happening over here on the Autobot? So that's just running in the background. I'm not doing anything, it's just doing it for me. Now I just want to go back to twins, see if there's any new ones. Okay, there's one for 2 seeds here. Let's see if we can get that one. We'll just add a few more anyway. Now look, you can do this by same interest, same country and that. When you do it regularly, it's pretty not. You'll see there's a few which I've already followed in the past, so that doesn't allow you to refollow them. But that's cool. So just ticking a few more points over. Let's go into the history on twins. Okay. So it shows me how many seeds I've got, who's following me, who I'm following, okay. So I mean this stuff really does work. You can see it, it's happening right in front of you as doing it. Okay. So next step is go back to Google Circles. Now this one's come up before. Sometimes if you refresh it you can get rid of them. So I'm going to skip that one. It should never annoy me again, hopefully. Go back to circling. Now with this site, like I say, it's up to you whether you use the bot or not. I mean, you can do it manually. The price of the You Like Hits bot of the time we're doing this video is $49. It just saves time. Can't find that page. The amazing thing, you know, when you follow people on Google Plus, they quite often just follow you back anyway. That's what I do. Anyone who follows me, I follow them back. Okay? Whether I'm getting points for it or not. So you might find this bloke, he might just follow me back. Alright, when I'm on Google Plus, when new people follow me, quite often I'll say how you're going. I don't do it with everyone, but it's a way to start up a conversation. Or if people start adding you on Facebook to your pages, you might want to consider adding them as a friend, or just saying how you're going, thanks for coming to my page. Strike up a conversation with that person. Don't just go through and do this each day. This is just a building leads. This is what this is about. Yeah, look, a lot of people sit here just doing this, love it. It is addictive, as you can see. And they never follow people up. And sometimes I get people contacting me because they see what I'm posting on these sites too. I'm also, this is part of one of the steps I teach, is just building leads. But I also post on my pages, I contact people, I automatically post on some of my pages depending on what service I'm using. Sometimes I manually do them. And people turn around, sometimes I manually do them. And people turn around to me and say, oh, I've seen a lot of your content over the internet. I thought I'd, you know, touch base and find out a bit more about what you do. And that's the key to this. It's not just a matter of going through and doing this. Key is also to, once you've got the leads, communicate with them. And when people subscribe to my YouTube, I find quite often, which those people watch my videos. And on YouTube, for instance, I have links to my website under the videos, saying if you'd like to learn more with David Detman, click here type thing. So YouTube is very effective. When I get all these people on Twitter, these people may have just under 10,000 people on Twitter, and not 10,000 people click on every link, but usually if I do a post and it's a valued content, people click on it. Plus, using our social oomph method, every person who joins me on Twitter gets an automated message, so it's pretty cool too. Okay, so there's not a lot happening on here at the moment. There's not a lot of people grabbing. Let me just see what's going on. Now let's see how the bot's going. What's it doing? It's still trying to find people on YouTube. Okay. It'll switch over to looking at websites, and it'll switch over to get some point. Just automatically switches itself. Okay, when it's had enough of a certain thing. You can always just set it to do one thing. Now, a lot of people say they like Facebook and they only want to use it for Facebook. I would disagree with that. I'd use it across all your social sites. So just going to unfollow a few more people now. What's it on there? 5-10 minutes. 10 minutes. since we last unfollowed a few. But you can see how I'm just randomly going to each site and doing a few things at a time. It's like one person told me when I was on Facebook, one of the first things I learnt from someone was, don't just sit there doing the one thing on Facebook, targeting people as far as emailing them or contacting them. Do a bit of everything. Put a few posts out there. Email a few people. Look human. That's what I'm trying to do here, is I'm trying to look human. I'm not just hammering Facebook with like pages. I'm not just hammering YouTube. I'm not just hammering Google+. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. I'm just doing a bit at a time. People quite often ask me, well, what numbers do you do? And I don't count how many people I've unfollowed. I don't count how many people I've added. I just do it for an hour. Okay. I'd try, just a hint with Twitter here, I wouldn't do over 100 people unfollowing a day, every day. Because Twitter will pick up on it. I mean, these sites aren't stupid. Okay, let's see if there's any new ones. See, I'm back to 0 points. I know that's pretty aggressive, but that's why I only do it every now and again. So go back and you can see how we've changed the Twitter up a bit, the ratio. And look, people will unfollow you on Twitter as well. I'm a great believer in karma, and I go to the rule of, see how the balance has changed again. I go to the rule is, someone follows you, you should follow them. If they unfollow you, well, unfollow them. But if they're following you, make sure you follow back. That's pretty much my rule with Twitter. And anyone in business should be following that rule. Okay, so let's just go to you like hits and have a look. I'm just showing you, I don't usually look at the stats in this much detail, but I just want to sort of show you. I like to get an idea. Okay, so let's do some more Google Plus following. Okay, I'm already following that one. Let's skip it. And sometimes, look, it doesn't always verify things, so, you know, like I say, don't stress if it doesn't, just move on. Alright, so acquaintances. Got 82 people in the circle, he hasn't even got a picture up. Now that's just proving which this works. Skip. So one thing I do find annoying is ones which I do skip keep coming up. That's why I refresh it sometimes and try and get rid of them. You can see all these business profiles, how they've got the link. So people who are doing this, just like I am, are seeing the links, and quite often, for something which interests me really, I click on it. I am trying to do this for an hour. I might save the link. Let's get rid of that one, it keeps coming up. You got to sort of search, and sometimes they don't come up. That's the annoying thing. But it doesn't hurt to refresh it, because new ones are coming up all the time too. Okay, so that's a business one again. Anything we follow is a business page. Okay. There it is again. Where are we? Okay, follow. Okay, it's a personal page. And the links don't work on personal pages if you try and put them there too. So I've circled. You can see what I say, right, this keeps coming up. It's not the fault of the person, it's just a little bug in the site. Okay, I've circled this page. Alright. Back to twins, look for the new ones. See the seeds are already gone down again. It's one from 9, can't follow it. I've probably followed it in the past, can't follow. You can see because the seeds are low at the moment, like when you start with this you'll get a lot higher seeds. A lot of these people have followed in the past and I've unfollowed them because they're not following me. You know, I don't directly unfollow straight away. Just keep an eye on this area on the right hand side here, okay? How's our bot going? Okay, it's still on YouTube. Okay, we just have another look at this twins history. Okay, so you can see how it works. Alright, back to you like hits. Let's check the history here. Okay, these points will go down slowly. Okay, it's good to have points there. If you spend an hour on this a day, still got points halfway through the day, and then you come back the next day and you've got no points, well, it's worth keeping the points. There's no need to have people signing up in the first half an hour by increasing your points. Like, don't get carried away with upping your points just so you can see people following you. It will happen. If you come back 24 hours and you've got 200 points, well then that's when you look at increasing your points. Like I say, I keep my points across the board at 2 points, okay? But when I want to really get a page pumped up, I might increase it. You saw how I increased it to 5. Because how the points work, and whether it's seeds or points on twins or here, the people who have the more points up are the first ones which come up. That's how it basically works. So if you got 9 seeds or points, you're going to be first off the cab, alright, to get, but it's going to cost you those 9 points or seeds. So if you put them down to 2 and you're way down on the list at 1,000 or something, you will still get people. Just try and balance it out over the day. That's my rule. If you still got points 24 hours later, look at increasing, giving away more. If you're taking a little while or a few hours, that's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to recap because we've done about half an hour and I don't want to sit here for an hour and bore you guys with this. So we're using, on the tool, these are the tools we're using, okay? We use Social Oomph, which I haven't shown you in this video as it's not part of the hour. As far as what I do, it's to set something set up, and I have videos on that, to direct message people and broadcast our social networks. Okay, that's what that tool's for. Now, on the social building tools, we use You Like Hits for all these different websites. Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, Google+, Stubble Pond, Dig, and websites. Okay, they're the choices. Okay, for Twitter on its own, okay. These are the two top sites which I know about right now. You can try all these other sites as well on here, these other social sites, but these are ones pulling in results. That's why I use them on a daily motion. Okay, and the extra option is right here. Okay, You Like It spot where you can automate it. Alright, and then the other tool which we used, and you can get there, I'll just show you on the toolbar very quickly. Okay, to get the You Like It spot, it's right here. And the other tool we used to get rid of Twitter followers was in the Twitter following management section, Twitter Karma. Alright, okay, to manage who we're unfollowing. So I hope you liked my daily method of operation. I know it's a long video, but I just thought I'd just roll it out the way I usually do it. I recommend you do this an hour each day. Okay, put it in your daily method of operation. Don't forget also in your daily method of operation to watch some motivational videos, which you can now find on the toolbar, okay, under our motivation site. Alright, do that. Correspond with people from the day before. Check your emails, don't go into too much detail into that. Just do the basics. Then go out and follow some people up. Then find some new people across the social networks who you've recently added or they've added you, and communicate with them. Okay, and just become friends with them. Let them get to know you. But this is just one step of my daily method of operation, and that's building my social networks with these tools. And then I've got, you know, the other things I do through the day. Okay, this has been David for socialmediaforsmallbusiness.com, and I'll see you in my next video.